It's the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Bears and the Lions, and it's all up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
But the numbers for Gibbs from last week: 16 carries, 78 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much a leg.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. And they'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Back to throw, Fields. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive, INT.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
To the air again, Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and I think those numbers are going to increase.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did. And I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
St. Brown in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Goff. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Fields. Looking deep here for Mooney. Touchdown, Chicago! Jarnell Mooney with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. This defense for the Bears, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, and all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. This is fielded at the 27. And running with power here. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Fields. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And when the time has expired on the first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence. I think the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He'll fire deep, looking for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense set to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He'll fire deep, looking for more. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10, 32-yard line.
Goff throwing again. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's 3rd and 6. Now gone. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Holding offense.
Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against this defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us exactly why he was worried.
Yeah, this number 1 defense, they can put that on their highlight reel. They have been able to stop the run all season long. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. He's going to look deep for more. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, 61 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Santos now to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Meanwhile, Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Goff. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's taken to the 26. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
when they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Chargers who have the lead with that game getting close to halftime. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. A touchdown pass there for Kenny Pickett. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Bears. Chase Claypool, 76 yards. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is now 24. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Holding, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. A give, right side for Gibbs. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, Paul?
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On first down, it's Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Fields. That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears have opened the lead up to 30. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he is going to have the Lions first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's good. For the Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to. Gibbs gets popped and he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Touchdown, Chicago! DJ Moore. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Bears get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. That's complete to Laporta. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Trying to find Jamison Williams, and it's 2nd down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. From the gun, here's Goff. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place. Yeah, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And he'll take it just outside the 40.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They run it on first with now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. They run again with Foreman. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So here come the Lions now.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They still can't get it, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Chicago, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Why would I hold up my for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making items over seasons with